You got your asset and now it's time to put it to use, but we have some tips and tricks for you to help you make sure you get the most use out of your asset. With your stock, you'll notice you got one of these QD mounts and a bungee sling. Now we have a few different recommendations on how you should be mounting it to your stock. On your asset, you'll notice there's 4 different points you can attach your QD mount to, 2 on the back and 2 on the front. There's also a QD point at the top front of the buttstock. That's your primary point, and where you connect the second point will drastically change how the stock is positioned on your body to keep it out of the way when you don't want to use it. The first way that I started mounting my sling to my stock was putting the QD point on the back of the buttstock and on the inside. So when you loop your arm and your head through it, it'll rest on your hip perfectly. So then when your hand is resting to your side, the stock cup is essentially an inch away from your hand. Another way you can mount the stock is on the front inside of the body. And that's actually been growing on me a lot lately after seeing Crawler do it. So you loop your head through the sling and then your offhand through the sling. So that way it rests at an angle on your stomach and it's right on your chest where the trigger would go. And then you can bring it up and there's always a little bit of a tension, which feels very nice. And that way it just snaps right back into place. It's not gonna be flailing around a lot. And if you have to crouch down to grab loot on the floor, the stock's not gonna be bumping the floor most likely. Now when it's on your hip, it's a lot more likely that it's going to hit the floor, so it kind of depends on what you like to do. If you're going to use artificial crouch, then the sling hanging on your hip is not going to be that big of a deal. One thing we do want to highly emphasize is this little loop on the side behind the QD point is not for your sling. It's for your weapon charm. We've had a lot of people break this part thinking that your sling can mount to it. It's not strong enough to support the stock being slung around. It's just going to break right off. On the other hand, it'll perfectly fit your charm. The slip grips are meant to cradle the stock but not fully grab them. So they will kind of generally support holding the controllers, but it's not really meant to hold them in place properly. The slip grip was specifically designed with a larger back frame so that your whole palm is holding the Gunstock and not just your fingers or anything else. You got a lot of control on the stock. So you're gonna be able to hold the stock well, and you can slip your controllers in and out very easily, but just remember that it's never gonna fully hold it in place unless you use one of our static cups. Another thing I do wanna note is these slip grips work with the Quest 2, Quest 3, Quest 3S, and Quest Pro. So if you upgrade your headset down the road, you don't need to buy any new cups. These are swappable, so if you do have a lefty in the house, you can reposition the cups. And you can also upgrade them to, like, if you have the PSVR 2, you just get these slip grips and boom, you're good to go. If you did find this video helpful, please leave a like, leave a comment if you want to see something specific like mod combinations or anything else. Keep shooting.